Drone footage reveals the final moments of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar, what really happened during the final confrontation. Israel's defense forces have released drone footage capturing the last moments of Yahya Sinwar, the leader of Hamas who was killed during an Israeli operation in Gaza. The footage and accompanying statements by Israeli officials provide insights into how Sinwar was tracked, his attempts to evade capture, and his ultimate death in southern Gaza. October 7 attacks, the spark for conflict. The conflict between Israel and Hamas intensified dramatically on October 7, 2023, when Hamas launched a large-scale attack on Israel. Armed militants crossed into Israeli territory from Gaza, killing over 1,200 people, most of them civilians according to official Israeli figures. The attack also involved hostage-taking with over 250 men, women and children abducted and taken into Gaza. Israel identified Yahya Sinwar as the mastermind behind the attack alongside Hamas military chief Mohammed Deif. In the wake of the attack, Israel launched a retaliatory military offensive against Hamas, targeting the group's leaders and infrastructure within Gaza. The operation has led to significant casualties on both sides, with Israel's military actions resulting in over 42,000 deaths in Gaza, according to the Hamas-run Health Ministry, which has been acknowledged by the United Nations as reliable. How did Israel track Sinwar's movement? Over the past year, the IDF and Israel's Shin Bet internal security agency have carried out multiple operations aimed at tracking and apprehending Yahya Sinwar. Israeli officials have described Sinwar as being on the run, moving between various locations in southern Gaza in an attempt to evade capture. According to IDF spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, Sinwar's movements were restricted as Israeli forces closed in on him. In recent weeks, the military focused its search in Gaza's Rafah district, where Sinwar was reportedly hiding. On October 16, 2024, the Israeli military identified Sinwar and two other fighters moving between houses in an attempt to avoid detection. What happened during the final confrontation? During a firefight with Israeli troops, Sinwar and the other fighters attempted to escape. Sinwar was eventually separated from his group and sought refuge in a damaged building. Israeli forces deployed drones to scan the area, capturing footage that showed Sinwar injured with one of his hands appearing severely wounded. The drone footage released by the IDF shows him throwing an object described as a stick or branch at the approaching drone. Soon after, Israeli forces engaged Sinwar and confirmed his death inside the building. Rear Admiral Hagari detailed how Israeli troops secured the area, finding Sinwar with a gun and 40,000 shekels in cash, indicating that he was trying to remain mobile and evade detection. No hostages were found with Sinwar at the time of his death. Following Sinwar's death, Israeli officials emphasized the importance of his elimination. In a statement, Israel's foreign minister Israel Katz labeled Sinwar as a mass murderer responsible for the atrocities committed on October 7th. He credited the IDF for bringing Sinwar to justice after a year-long pursuit. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also addressed Sinwar's death, calling it an important landmark in the decline of the evil rule of Hamas. Netanyahu framed the operation as a key moment in Israel's broader mission to dismantle Hamas and secure the release of the remaining hostages. He stated that while the conflict in Gaza is not yet over, Sinwar's death represents the beginning of the end for Hamas' humanitarian crisis in Gaza amid ongoing conflict. As the military campaign continues, Israel has sought to provide humanitarian aid to Gaza, aiming to separate its war with Hamas from the needs of the civilian population. Rear Admiral Hagari emphasized that Israel's war is with Hamas, not with the people of Gaza. He outlined efforts to increase the supply of food, water, and medicine to those in need within the besieged territory. Despite these efforts, the humanitarian situation in Gaza remains dire, with significant damage to infrastructure and a high civilian death toll. International observers, including the United Nations, have voiced concern over the conditions in Gaza, where displaced residents are struggling to find safety and resources amid ongoing Israeli strikes. What are the Israel's next steps in the conflict? Rear Admiral Hagari concluded his remarks by paying tribute to the Israeli soldiers who have died in the conflict. He reiterated the IDF's commitment to continue operations in Gaza until all hostages are freed and Israel's security goals are achieved. "We will not rest until we bring home all hostages by any means," he stated, emphasizing the determination to see the conflict through to a decisive end. As Israel and Hamas remain locked in conflict, Sinwar's death marks a significant chapter in the ongoing war. But it is not the conclusion. With tensions still high and military operations active, the region continues to grapple with violence and uncertainty. That's all for now. Stay tuned to TSW News for more updates. Thank you for watching.
For more updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel TSW News, news that reveal the truth, and visit our website www.topstoriesworld.com.